It's unbelievable. It's insane. It's unlike anything we've ever seen out of Disneyland or Walt Disney World. What if we told you there's video of guests being told by cast members, fend for yourselves. You're on your own. We're not coming to help you. Evacuate from the Haunted Mansion. You're solo. It was mad hysteria, ladies and gentlemen, as the Hatbox Ghost was the host to an entire cascade of guests trying to find their way out of a darkened building, cast members leaving them to try to find their way to exits, and no assistance on the way. The video is unbelievable. It's something, frankly, we've never seen at any Disney park, and we would be hard-pressed to find it anywhere, even Six Flags. Yeah, Six Flags doesn't do this. Click the like button, we'll show it to you and give you our thoughts. It's a disaster at Disney. You know, we have covered this. We've covered this, but we got to come back to it again because this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. If you've not seen this yet, you're in for something we've never seen before out of Disneyland. And it was only on Reddit, and it's just starting to make its way. In about 5 days, you'll see it on the legacy media, right? Fox News, CNN, they'll all be covering this in 5 days. But hey, drive-bys, we got your back, okay? Tomorrow's headlines today, right here for you. Get your jumbo pencils ready. Out of the subreddit, Disneyland, we can no longer assist you at this time. Have you guys seen this yet?
I did. And this to me is them just saying, well, good luck, folks.
So the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, to give people an idea, is an attraction that has a lot of people. It's a people mover, actually. You know, it's an omni mover. Mm-hmm. And you really, if you have to be evacuated, you really need for cast members to help you to do so, because even with the work lights on, there are places that you would not want to step off the path.
Oh, it'd be bad.
In Haunted Mansion, you will have a steep drop, and there are actually, I believe, culture. Am I right about this? That people have disembarked from the ride before and died?
I can't confirm that. All I know is you can get terribly injured because there are some heights to fall from. Let me phrase it that way. In fact, the ballroom scene, if you can recall.
Oh yeah, that's one of the most dangerous places. That in the attic.
It is, because there's 3 floors there. You're on the top floor, and they're utilizing the Pepper's ghost effect, and below you is spinning machinery. Yep. You really don't want to be anywhere near any of that, kids.
But something happened that we have never seen before. At least I have not. I mean, we've heard that it exists for extreme emergency situations, and I'll explain that after we watch the video. Well, you know what? Let's just play it. You all see, this happened at the end of May, and nobody in the legacy media is talking about this.
Once again, for all of my guests inside the Haunted Mansion, we can no longer assist you at this time. We ask that you hop out of your buggy and find the nearest exit. If you can, there is a latch on the left-hand side that you can press down to open the clamshell.
Okay. To the left.
I'm gonna play the audio one more time, folks. In case you missed it, they say we cannot assist you. Get out of here.
Once again, for all of my guests inside the Haunted Mansion, we can no longer assist you at this time. We ask that you hop out of your buggy and find the nearest exit. If you can, there is a latch on the left-hand side that you...
I feel like I'm being astroturfed.
So,
oh my gosh.
What's amazing to me is if you have a disability,
you got problems.
You're trapped.
What do you do? If you're in one of these places where you got to get out and it's really dangerous to get out, you need a cast member to guide you.
Yep.
What do you do? So let me walk people through this, okay? Because you know I'm a bit of an expert, as Peppa Pig's dad will sometimes say. I'm a bit of an expert at that. I know a little bit about Disney. Got my name from that, maybe. So here's the deal. There does exist a procedure, to my understanding, in which they would evacuate the ride without sending out cast members.
Yep.
It is extraordinarily rare, and we have never, to my knowledge, ever seen it happen. Nope. And that is if for whatever reason something has happened that makes it so dangerous that they cannot send cast members, then they would make an announcement, They would tell guests how to escape their vehicles, and the guests can then escape. So imagine a world where there's a gas leak, or there is a device, or there's some reason they literally cannot send cast members into it. To my knowledge, we've never seen this happen.
No.
And I don't see anything happening, Culture, that gives me any indication that this should have been what was done. I don't understand this at all, why this happened, but we got to talk about it. Like, are you even safe at Disneyland at this point? Because this is crazy.
I think they didn't have enough cast members for this attraction.
Not good enough.
I think you had two. I think you had two cast members monitoring the e-stop, so the ride wouldn't lurch forward, and they were very concerned with that being compromised in some way.
Can you imagine though?
Got injured. Yeah.
Can you imagine the legal ramifications if somebody had, if they had fallen, if they had, if somebody who's disabled, and we don't know yet.
No.
We're just seeing this video. We don't know all the other scenes and what people have been through. And if they're going to lawyer up, if something happened, they're going to lawyer up. They're not going to talk about it if they have any sense. They're going to be strategizing on what they want to do. Wiz, you're a theme park fan. I mean, wow. Six Flags doesn't do this. Nobody does this.
I'm having flashbacks to when I was on Universal's Escape from Gringotts, and there's that first big drop. And it froze right there, so we were stuck hanging, and it felt like an eternity. I look at this and I'm like, I hope nobody's in any kind of danger with this, because this is I don't know what's the deal with these theme parks, man. But this is bad. This is a bad look, and like people look concerned. So this is extremely dangerous.
It's a free for all. Figure it out. Figure your own way out of here. So you've got all these fights. We recently covered that there was this situation at, a guest that was out of control at Steakhouse 71. We've had the news covering people losing their lives voluntarily, leaping from the Contemporary Resort, and all this kind of stuff. I think if Disney's not careful, we're about to get into a situation where there's a real image issue, because it was not so long ago we were covering people trying to escape the monorail because the monorail was broken in the middle of the day and people were breaking out the windows. So this has got to stop. This stuff is, and how many times have we watched dragons burn to the ground? Right? It's starting to get to the point now. This stuff doesn't happen at Universal, or at least we don't see it. So I have to assume it doesn't happen at Universal. But every month, every 6 months at Disney, there's some crazy thing that comes out. Maybe that's how TPM Vids is doing so well. No, we love our friends at TPM Vids. But Culture, what do you think about the idea that there's just there are a lot of mechanical issues at Disney, and there are a lot of safety concerns that just continue to pop up over and over now?
Well, let me suggest something that I'm going to be careful about how I say. Maybe some corners are being cut that didn't used to get cut.
Maybe.
I know that one of the goals of the new next gen stuff that they were putting in back in the early 2000s was to remove more money from your wallet as a consumer, but also to cut back on staffing for cast members. And I'm not sure that didn't get rolled out in a way that was detrimental to the parks and guest safety.
Hey, Lauren, as we were watching that, you saw just how fragile those tombstones look and those props. And I can tell you that the pop-up ghosts, they're not made to take any weight whatsoever. So when you send out guests, you're taking a real chance, not only with their safety, but these are extremely expensive items. They're hard to replace. They're custom made, every single one of them.
Priceless. They're
priceless. And they're really lucky that somebody didn't stumble and fall on a tombstone, file a lawsuit. And also you've got, the Haunted Mansion is down or it has a tarp in it. I don't know if the cast members were fired. I don't know if they did what was right or wrong, but Lauren, it's crazy to let loose people in this kind of an environment with no safeguards.
Yeah, especially if the people that were on the ride didn't know what was going on or why they were in danger. Because, people are generally herd animals. If one person panics, you could have had a stampede. And if you're on something like the third floor, like you're saying, and you've got improper support underneath you, boy, howdy, could this have been bad. One thing that did make me curious, I don't know if we know this or not, because I think all we're going off of is the video. are we certain that this was a situation where the ride itself stopped? Or could it have been a situation where, as you said, somebody made a threat and that prevented them from going in? Could it have been a threat instead of an actual breakage of some kind?
It could be the things we know. We know that it happened at 11 p.m. in the evening at a time when Disneyland was going to close at midnight. We know that there are no sirens and that there are no alarms. So that probably rules out some of the things. But you're right. We don't know. Did they get some sort of threat? But I'll tell you this. If there's some sort of threat, one would assume that the police are going to, like a SWAT team is going to come through the Haunted Mansion, which, boy, would that be interesting. How does a SWAT team navigate the Haunted Mansion? That's a day to remember. But we don't know some of the details, but I can tell you we have to really think outside the box to come up with a reason that you want guests running around the Hatbox Ghost and not knowing where is the closest exit exactly. That is pandemonium. And Disney was lucky they didn't add more ghosts to the Haunted Mansion that night. I know, you want more. You want more of the Pro Channel, folks, but we've got to head out the door for this video. But fret not yet, for more content is yet on the way. 3 times a day, thrice as nice, right here on the Pro Channel. Oh, what's that you say? You want more than that? Fine, we'll do 4. 4 videos. Well, yeah, that's happening. Folks, as you get ready to go, consider clicking the like button for us. It is a huge help. Also, like, share, subscribe, and click it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. We would also love it if you could drop on down and give us a comment. We love hearing from you. And although we can't respond to every single comment, we often are reading them indeed. Folks, we would encourage you to consider subscribing to our partner channels, that Park Place, that Game Place, and that Pod Place. We love them all. We think you might too. Until the next time we have the joy of joining with you, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.